Wondering how you can have a big Christmas without putting a big hole in your wallet? Stay tuned to find out how. Okay, sugar, the holidays are upon us, but between the increased prices on everything and that gift list that's a mile long, you might be wondering how you can enjoy the holiday season without going into debt. So Pamela Sams of Jackson Sams Wealth Strategies is back, and she's going to help us get a jump on our 2025 financial goals and give some tips that ensure that we do not put a big hole in our wallet. Hey, Pam.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, Pam. Thank you so much for joining us again today. Now, you know you are not a stranger here on
Mhm.
Hey Sugar. You have been here before. This is what we do. So not definitely not a stranger here. But for the sugars that have not met you yet, tell us, who are you?
Yes, Pamela Sams, Jackson Southwest Strategies, really helping women and everyone, actually, the sugars out there, achieve financial success by really just doing the best they can with their money. So here I am again, talking a little bit about financial planning for 2025, and also as we prepare for the holidays. I know a lot of people get stressed about, hey, I got to buy this, I got to buy that, I got to buy Thanksgiving dinner, which is going to be probably twice as much as it was last year. So really just here to lend a little bit of advice for people who are a little bit stressed with their money.
We are right here a few days away from Thanksgiving,
Uh-huh.
and everything it looks different. It looks
It
different
does.
this year. So we just gonna get right into it. We just gonna go right for the juggler.
Mhm.
And given that this holiday season coincides with a tight economy
Yeah.
and increased prices on everything from food to decorations to gifts. I mean, it this season is it looks completely different from last season.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
are you yeah, like what tips are you giving your clients to
Mhm.
help them still enjoy the holidays without going just way into debt?
Yeah. I think exactly, what you were saying is that sometimes we kind of over exaggerate where we are with having these traditional things that we need to do. So, a lot of people are doing, friendsgivings where people are bringing items
Yeah.
to kind of soften the load on everybody cooking. Maybe somebody bring a side dish. Really looking at the staples that are in your cabinet already. Canned goods are good for quite some period of time. So maybe stockpiling those up throughout the next few months if you have the opportunity to do that. Of course, the spices the same way as well, so you can kind of reuse those. So you're gonna have to operate a little bit differently when it comes to grocery planning. But I am really a big proponent of telling people, hey, somebody take a dish, somebody bring a dish, and we
Mhm.
all have a good family get together for Thanksgiving without, one person being stressed on having to do everything for Thanksgiving dinner.
Mhm. Mhm. Thanksgiving potluck.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what about Christmas? Because I think we you tell me what you I think we do pretty well with Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and just kind of that. But when it comes to Christmas and it's the gifts and the gifts and the gifts, and no one wants to be seen as, kind of the Grinch but I think we do ourselves a disservice a lot of
Mhm.
times by getting caught up in all of the gifts and the coworkers' gifts, and then the
Yeah.
gifts you got for your family, and then the all of the holiday, parties and potlucks, and you know,
Yeah.
what are some tips to help us navigate that?
Yeah. That can be a pretty big task because we feel obligated a lot of times, to take care of everyone.
Yeah.
But as we had talked about in previous episodes, it's really you got to take care of you. And there's only, you need to know what your limits are. So, I know a lot of times people go, "Hey, let's do maybe a Secret Santa or something like that." Or in my family, I have a fairly large family. We kind of draw names and somebody gets somebody
Mhm.
instead of everybody getting little tiny gifts. So you have to kind of navigate that the same way as that, you only have a certain amount of resources. Maybe you do something like a pick a name type of thing. Everybody else maybe get a small gift card or a small card or a token to really just say, hey, I'm thinking about you during the holidays. But it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Really just say, I'm acknowledging you as a friend. Here's maybe a little gift card to a Starbucks or, some type of coupon or something in a card to acknowledge that person. But don't go overboard when it comes to gift giving.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think that's the biggest piece because really when we think about the holiday season and what it's really about, it's about that heartfelt, you
Exactly.
know, connection,
Mhm.
with the people that you love, not
Yes.
the price tag on the gift that you give. And
Exactly.
so we've gotten a little commercialized with
Mhm.
it. When we really could, it could just be something as simple as a Christmas card,
Mhm.
you know. Um, but it's about that connection, the connection piece. And particularly when we know where our budget is or is not,
Mhm. Yeah.
um, we have to really get back to the basics. I think that's the biggest thing, in everything that you were saying. It's just getting back to
Mhm.
the basics of what this season is really about. What is it that you want? What environment do you want to create?
Mhm.
At the
Exactly.
center, yeah, at the and if we remove a lot of the gifting from it, then what we have left is really what's the most important piece. So how do I show you that I love you? How do I, express to you that I care without there being an expensive gift with it?
Exactly. Yeah, and just being connected, phone calls, hey, I'm thinking about you, like you said, gift card, maybe a funny emoji or a email or something to acknowledge that person that you are thinking about them because
Mhm.
life is short. I had recently friends who have had friends that they went to school
Yes,
with who are no longer with us, and we just
yes,
really just need to get
yes.
back to our relationships part of it. You're thinking about that person, give them a call. I know we're all busy. But if you have something on your heart, really reach out to that person, especially like you said, during the holidays, the reason for the season is really the connectivity of being in relationships with our friends and our family.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then, I mean, and sugar here is good. There's nothing wrong with gift giving. We're not saying that we shouldn't give gifts or that it's a problem to give gifts. But when we know what our budget is, we have to create some boundaries around that. So I love the idea that you said, the Secret Santa, because I too, we do that in my family, big
Mhm.
family.
Yeah.
Um, Something else that really we should all be practicing even outside of the holidays are financial boundaries.
Mhm.
What are our boundaries for our spending? I have this thing that when I give gifts, I don't give gifts just because it's Christmas or just because it's, birthdays or holiday. I will give just that random gift on a Tuesday in the month of June,
Yeah.
because I saw
Mhm.
something
Yeah.
that reminded me of you. And when it comes to Christmas, I focus on because family is so large, my mom's side, my dad's side, my husband's side, I have like many grandparents, all of that. So I focus on the kids.
Mhm.
So that's the boundary that is set. Like, okay, we're gonna focus on the
Yeah.
kids because there's a lot of kids, a lot of nieces and nephews. I am TT and godmama, and so
Yeah.
we're just gonna focus on the kids because if you add the kids with the adults and
Yeah. Mhm.
all the parents and all the,
Yeah.
I would not be going into the next year, with a wallet that is got a big old hole in it. So it's whatever your boundaries are that you
Yeah.
need to
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
allows you to still show the people that you love them and that you care,
Mhm.
but also ensures that your financial goals don't get blown up
Yeah.
after, you know.
Yeah, way after.
Yeah,
Exactly. And if you are gonna, if you are, a cheerful giver, there's really just make a plan for it. There's a lot of savings challenges throughout the year. It's like, hey, I know back in the day you used to have at the bank, Christmas,
mhm, yeah,
funds or,
yeah,
things like that. So, if it is something that you want to do is, start a little bit earlier in the year, set aside some money from each paycheck or out of your checking account or savings account and put that aside for Christmas fun or, whenever gifting or whatever you want to call it. But at least you have some type of strategy. You're not all of a sudden blindsided by really looking at the amount that you have to spend during that particular period of time. So
right,
have a strategy on saving if you are going to gift throughout the holiday season with that.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's good, and that actually takes me to something that we talked about the last time you were here.
Hmm.
So the last time you were here, you told us that money has seasons: winter,
Yep.
spring, summer, fall. And now we are in the winter season, and I remember making a joke where I said, "What if it's spring and it's winter in my wallet? What do I do?" Well, now we are in winter,
Yes.
and we are in winter with a tight economy where it is winter in wallets as well.
Yeah.
For
Exactly.
quite a few people, I kind of now I wonder if I should have said that because did I like did I speak something into existence there? Sorry, sugar. But with us being in the winter season
Yeah.
of our money, what are some of the money moves that we should be focused on in this season, in this winter season of our money?
Hmm. So, during the time period where you are in the winter months for your finances is what should you be doing, as we get closer to the end of the year? Are there money moves that you need to be doing? Have you contributed as much as you can to your retirement plan through work? Are you getting your tax ducks in a row? Tax season is going to be around the corner fairly soon. Are there things that you can do now to influence your tax situation before the end of the year? Really consult your tax accountant, of course, to see if there are some things you can be doing. Some investing as well. And again, like I said before, a savings program, making sure you have enough cash reserve in place. And if you do have kind of a savings fund for the holidays, making sure you're contributing to that as well. Really just making sure you're not being kind of willy nilly with your finances. Have a strategy when it comes to your money. Your money should have an assignment. All of your money should have an assignment. If it's for investments, if it's for savings, if it's for my long term retirement, what assignment does your money have, particularly this time of the year? There may be some extra assignments that your money has that you need to account for as well.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's really good. Your money having an assignment. So what would you say are some of the common mistakes that people make in this season of money, in this winter season of money that we need to kind of keep our good eye on?
Yeah. Common mistakes is that, we haven't planned accordingly. Like I said, with the holidays around the corner, people are like, oh, now I gotta go
Yeah.
grocery shopping for Thanksgiving, or now I have to buy presents that we talked about before. So not having a solid strategy for our money and kind of our money is being dictated on what's coming up that you have. So you feel really squeezed at that point in
Mhm.
period of time. Those who are lucky enough to have, let's say 9 to 5 jobs, sometimes you get these extra paychecks in here. You get an extra pay
Mhm.
period in there. Utilize those to put aside for extra spending that you may have during this particular season. Again, maybe that third check has an assignment to cover Thanksgiving dinner or to
Yeah.
cover some presents for the holidays. So really just being strategic is what you need to really focus in on.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's good, and I love how you said those that are lucky to have a 9 to 5 because we are the business owners out here. We have to be strategic
Yes.
every day.
Every day. Every day.
See,
Exactly.
fellow business owners, like a lot of people didn't catch that, but the sugars on here that own businesses, we heard that. We heard exactly. We read all
Mhm.
between those lines because, ooh, like I always say that we can feel what the economy is doing
Yes.
long before CNN announces it. Like
Exactly.
we
Yep.
we know those of us who own small,
Mhm.
businesses, small business owners, we have to be even more strategic and more intentional in the management of our finances because we're not just managing our personal finances, we're managing business finances and those are
Mhm.
salaries and so keeping the lights on as well as going Christmas shopping. there's
Exactly. Yeah.
there's a wide range in there and we don't get that extra third fourth
Yeah.
fifth. We get that client and we're like, ooh,
Woo! Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, business owners, we feel you. We with
Yeah.
you. We stand with you. Um, but no, that's really good though to know what the common mistakes are, and I would absolutely agree that most of us don't have a plan
Mhm.
until the need is right in front of
Right.
us.
It was. Yeah.
We're now Black Friday shopping is about
Mhm.
to happen. And so
Yeah.
now we're looking at Christmas gifts. So what would you say? And just thinking about, the Christmas season, holiday shopping, when should people begin planning for like what's the window for people to start planning for Christmas?
Yeah. Summer. Really. And so, if you kind of work backwards, what I do with some clients is kind of this challenge where I think it's more like 20, 26 weeks out, or even 12 weeks, kind of a window. And then that's where we start planning. So it could be summer. Of course, you have, summer vacations and things like that, but are there areas where you can kind of put away a little bit at a time? My mother-in-law was really good at buying gifts throughout the year. She would lose them eventually, and then we would
Mhm.
get them in the spring, but she would forget where she put them. She would forget where she put them in the house. Um, and then we would get it like in spring. Oh, I found the thing I was going to get you for Christmas. But throughout the year, she would say, like you said, gifting throughout the year. Oh, that's
Yeah.
may make a good Christmas gift for Pam. She would buy it, put it away, then forget it. But anyway, so
It just
some
tickled
people
me.
just
I'm sorry.
I know, I know what you mean. Every year it would happen. I was like, oh, I know it would be sometime in the spring. I would get my
Here's your
Christmas.
Christmas Easter
Yeah,
gift.
there you go. Christmas Easter. It will work out the
That's
same way.
hilarious.
But you could do that, if you have
Yeah,
kind of like a little storage unit or, like some place in
yeah.
your house where it's like, okay, I'm just going to collect throughout the year on presents.
Mhm.
If you do strategic planning on, maybe summer, start kind of the fund challenge where you kind of set aside. And then earmark it. So I have, with my, checking accounts, there's kind of buckets. So I have like a home improvement one, then I have a Christmas fund or, holidays. Then I have another one. And I direct different pieces of money as I go throughout the year for those particular buckets. So I can use it a little bit later on for that particular assignment that your money
Mhm.
has. So
Mhm.
you have, if you start with 26 weeks or 12 weeks and you say I'm going to put away $25 or 50, you have that for that particular time, and then have kind of a cutoff. So if it's Black Friday or if it's the first week in Christmas, or I'm sorry, first week in December, wherever that cutoff is, so you have that window that you're accumulating the cash that you need to buy the presents at that
Yeah,
particular time.
yeah. No, those are some really really good tips because you're right. In the summertime, we're not thinking about
No,
Christmas. It's 95 degrees
yeah,
outside.
exactly.
We're going to the beach and we're, enjoying. So thinking about it in that sense, like before we get to the winter season of our money, we really should be thinking about the winter season in the summer.
In the
And we
summer.
should be
Hmm.
thinking about the summer season,
Yes.
back in the fall or, and backing it up that way. I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
a really good idea, even what you said, your mother-in-law buying gifts all year
Yeah.
round.
Yes.
We just need to hold on to them and know where they
You
at
gotta
too.
have to know where they are, but
You
yeah,
can't
it's
hide them from yourself in order for it to work. But I think
yeah.
that's a really, really good idea, and it actually reminds me, my mom, she does it to this day. She had this thing where if it was so my birthday's in October, and so anywhere between October and December, if
Mhm.
I asked for anything or, mentioned, "Oh, I need a such and such or whatever, whatever," she would buy it and say, "That's your Christmas gift."
There you go.
And
Yeah.
so it was like, "Mama, it's November the 2nd. It's
That's your
how
Christmas
is
gift.
it Christmas? That's your Christmas gift." And
Yep.
so Christmas would come, and I'll be looking like, "Where's my gift? Remember back."
Remember back when I told you that was your yeah, that's your Christmas
Yeah,
gift.
and she would do the same thing for my birthday. Like, it would be, begin so I would never ask for anything. As soon as October hit,
Yep.
all the way I wouldn't mention anything. I wouldn't say anything
Anything.
because she would buy it and be like, "That's your Christmas gift.
That's your Christmas gift. Yeah.
That's your birthday gift." My birthday is not until the end of the month. "It's okay. You already got it. So there you go. Happy birthday."
Okay.
Like, "What?"
Happy birthday.
Like, "What?" But that's a really good strategy
Mhm.
to when you see little things, throughout the year, and you might even be able to catch some of the stuff on sale
On
because, of
sale.
course, we know, yeah, Black Friday, the
Mhm.
deal, the sale, we can catch some good things, but a lot of times there's that markup that then
It's
makes
the
you feel
markup,
like
yeah.
you're
So
getting
the
a
stuff is
deal,
really not on sale, it's marked up, and then you think you get a sale,
and
so
then
that's
you
kinda
think
how it
you're
works.
getting a deal.
Yeah.
Exactly. As
Mhm.
opposed to in, January, February, July, you
Yeah.
can really get a actual deal
Yeah,
or
that's
something
the
that's
deal.
really,
Yeah.
really on sale.
When you buy stuff off season, so,
Mhm,
my son was like, "Hey, I
mhm.
need a new coat." I said, "Don't buy it now, buy it in the summer."
Right, right. Wait
Yeah.
till wait till like
Way too
February,
yeah.
March, and
Mhm.
they're
And
clearing
then
everything
yeah,
out
and
for
then they
spring to
will
come
be
in.
cut, a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
what I find out a lot of times is, people go, "Hey, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it." It's like, "Okay, the bridge is here. Now what are you gonna do?
Drop
We're
a
on
penny
here
and get
now."
free. Yeah,
So,
yeah,
people do, "I'll
and I
cross that bridge when I get to in the summer," and then now we're at the bridge, and now we don't have a game plan, so that's what
exactly, and I think that's a good point because we know where the bridge is? Because
Mhm.
once we get up to where we are now,
Uh-huh.
we're really not at the bridge.
Yeah,
We're already at the destination. Like, we've
correct, yeah.
already crossed the bridge, and now it's time to do the thing, get the turkey,
Mhm.
get
Yeah.
the gift, put the bow on it, and so if we're thinking about it, once we're already there, we think that that's the
Yeah.
bridge.
Yep.
But no, the bridge is the place of preparation so that when you get to the destination, you'll
Mhm.
be ready. And we
Right,
we
yeah.
think that the bridge is once we get to that destination, but it's like, no, sure, you've
No,
already
yeah. You've already been on it, yeah.
right. The
You've
bridge
been on
was
the bridge for quite
basically
some time.
been shown, right. The bridge was, back 4th of July, that
Yeah.
was the bridge. You have now arrived. And so now
Yes.
we have to do the thing. And what we then
Mhm.
do, because now we're in panic mode because we missed the
Exactly.
bridge. We're now
Yeah.
pulling out credit cards. We're
Mhm.
now, going into savings, and we're now doing all of these things because, of course, we want to have an amazing
Of course.
Christmas, amazing holiday. Particularly those of us who have small children, they will only be this age, this
Yes.
Christmas, this one time, and so we don't want to miss it, and we shouldn't miss it. But we
Mhm.
have to make sure that we know where the bridge is so that we can start preparing for the
Yeah.
holidays ahead of time so that we can still reach our goals and hit our financial
Yeah.
marks. And not
Exactly.
get stressed, because that then adds to the stress of the holidays, which that's a whole
Yeah. Yeah,
conversation.
exactly. That's a whole nother conversation because, finance is already stressful, but then you add on with I am obligated or the obligations of the holiday season
Pressure.
along
Mhm,
with it, then yeah, a lot of people, do that. And I just, slow down, take a deep breath,
mhm.
and it makes it a little bit easier if you have, some type of strategy beforehand. But if you are at that destination and you're not, just take a deep breath. Everything will come together at some point. But don't stress it. That's what I say.
Right. Right. Yeah, because then that ends up taking away
Yeah.
from the holidays. Yeah, you got the gifts, you did all the things, but you're so stressed and frazzled
Yeah.
that you're not enjoying the
That you're
holidays
not enjoying it. Mhm.
anyway. So, yeah, absolutely. Now, we're talking about the holidays, but
Yep.
2025 is right there. It is
It sure is.
right around the corner. So, in preparing for, to hit our 2025 financial goals, what
Mhm.
are some of the top things that we should be planning for, that we should be doing to make sure that we are in a prime position to hit our 2025 financial goals or even set some
Yeah.
2025
Mhm.
financial goals?
Yeah, this is probably the time of the year where you really need to be sitting down and seeing what your goals are and what you want to focus in on and developing a financial plan around what you want to achieve. So, of course, the top one is retirement plan. So, are you contributing to your 401k or 403b or whatever retirement plan you have, even your IRAs? um, and know how much you wanted to put into that, giving your retirement plan a raise. I put out a financial tip every Friday, Friday financial tip on my Facebook page. And one of them was avoiding lifestyle inflation. So a lot of times we get our raises. Now we're balling. We want to buy this, we want to buy that, but we don't give our retirement plan a raise. So when you get a raise, your retirement plan automatically gets a raise. So making sure you have that in place. Um, Next year will be a tax law change. So make sure you are aware of what they could be. They could be reset back to different tax brackets. You could be in a different tax bracket next year. You don't even know it. So understand what that could look like. It's called Secure Act 2.0. Um, Google it, find out where you are in terms of your tax bracket, see if that's going to be affected. Same thing with your estate plan. There's going to be some estate plan issues along with Secure Act 2.0 next year that people need to be aware of. So, really, just becoming educated on these different changes that could affect you financially and just be ready for them. If you need to consult a tax advisor or a financial advisor to understand better, definitely make sure you do that.
I didn't even think about that until you just said it, that, yeah, this is an election
Mm,
year. So
yeah.
there's going to be different tax laws
Mhm.
and tax
Yeah.
things coming out going into next year that we need to, that we need to be aware, that all of us need to be
Yeah,
um,
exactly. It
aware
definitely
of.
affects your personal economy and what could happen. Hopefully more favorable, but there could be some differences that you are not aware of that could throw you into a little bit of a tailspin with your finances if you're not aware. You don't want to be hit over the head by a surprise that you didn't see coming.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's true. Again, us business owners,
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, make sure we are on top of that. Now for people who are just trying to make ends meet,
Mhm.
that's kind of just I'm just trying to make it do what it do. What are some of
Mhm.
the things that just some basics that they need to be aware of in going into 2025? Some do's and don'ts, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, dues, of course, is really your budget. Understanding where your money is going on a month to month basis. If you end up with more month than money, there may be some issue there. So, really strategically go through what you're spending money on. Are there ways you can do reduce or eliminate things out of your budget? Are those things that you have to have versus the necessities? So, I always go kind of this T chart. I think we went over it before. Is
Mhm.
kind of the essentials versus the non-essentials, discretionary versus non-discretionary, things that you can eliminate out of your budget if you do need to, if you're really, really tight and you're, kind of paycheck to paycheck. Dining out is usually one of the ones that I see a lot of times. DoorDash, Grubhub, all these places make it so convenient now, especially if you don't want to cook, just to order something. You ordered a $10 dinner, but now with tip and everything, it's more like 40. So And you could have got in the car and went around the corner and got it.
And I was about to say, I've never Uber ate, DoorDash, Grubhub, anything, because I think I looked at it one time and I was
Yeah,
like, "How much?"
yeah. How
No, that's all
much?
right. I'll go pick up that.
Yeah, service
Yeah,
fee, tip, the
yeah,
food, that
yeah.
$10 hamburger now costs you $40 hamburger.
Right.
So really looking at that, there's so many subscription services. Do you need every streaming service under the sun? I know we got our different shows we love and we get it, and then all of a sudden now we forget it after the show is gone and we still streaming. So look at those particular areas that you can cut and reduce and eliminate. Um, Next year, if you're doing your financial plan with your salary, when did you get a raise? I know I may be getting a little bit into a different category, but have you negotiated a different salary? If you're been to the job a certain period of time and now you're doing more, you have more responsibilities. Have you went back to renegotiate your salary? Maybe you could be doing that. I know, especially with women, we are nearly notorious about not asking for what we're worth.
Mhm,
So,
mhm,
have the documentations. I'm doing this. I just worked with that with one client is that, she's doing now two jobs under her original job. And I say, well, if you document all of the things that you're doing, go back and say, instead of paying a whole different person, maybe just pay you extra
mhm.
for that. And then, recently she did tell me, she said, hey, I got some great career news. So I'm meeting with her next week. So hopefully it's what I told her. She got more
Yeah.
money. But a lot of times people don't really think about, hey, now things are costing more. I'm running my household family. I need more
Mhm.
money. You can go back to negotiate your salary as well. And then, of course, looking at your budget on things you can reduce and eliminate.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. That's good. That intersection between career advice and financial advice.
Hmm.
Because a lot of times, even when we are getting the job, when we're applying for the job and interviewing for the job, we don't know that we should be negotiating our
Hmm.
salary based on our years of experience, our
Exactly.
credentialing, and things like that. And then when we're on the job, then going back and saying, "Hey, what is the increase plan, here, or what does
Exactly.
that look like?" And that we absolutely have the right to do that. What we automatically think is, I have to get a second job, and we
Exactly. Yeah.
try to negotiate with the job that we are at to
Mhm.
get more for what it is that we are bringing to the table and being able to fight for ourselves. Like you said,
Exactly.
again, as women,
Hmm.
that's really, really good. Some things to look at going into
Hmm.
2025. So not just stopping at Christmas, not just stopping at the
Exactly.
holidays, but looking further into the future, into what are we planning for 2025. We may not have a financial plan right now, we may not
Yeah.
have a budget right now, but
Hmm.
this is the bridge. We're on the bridge now,
Yes.
2025, so we can start preparing now for what we want to do in 2025, and that should inform some of the decisions that we're making right now,
It
in terms
do.
of, instead of doing ham and turkey, we're just going to do the Christmas ham. Or,
Mhm.
instead of getting, like I said, a lot of the bigots, we're just going to do Secret Santa, because in 2025, I want to accomplish ABCXYZ. you know
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, and you have
Absolutely.
to, as the Bible say, you write the vision. If you write the
Make it plain.
vision, make it plain, and that's what you need to do with this in this season.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Pam, it has been a pleasure as always having you on here and helping us get our coins together.
Yes.
For the sugars that may want to connect with you and get more information, more tips, more financial strategies, or hire you on as a coach to
Mhm,
help them, get their financial plan together. Tell the sugars how they can contact you, reach out to you.
mhm. Great. On social media, it is at Jackson Sam's Wealth. That's on Facebook and Instagram. They can always go to my website, jacksonsams.com, www.jacksonsams.com. Not too much on X, you know the reasons why, but the other two, Facebook and Instagram. And of course, if they can, if anybody's on LinkedIn, it's under Pamela J. Sams. Yeah. MBA, BFA, I believe, on LinkedIn. But they can find me there. And of course, I would be happy to offer anybody, any sugar who reached out, a 30-minute free consult if they wanted to take advantage of that.
The sugars, y'all hear that? A 30-minute free consultation. So you can come with your budgets or no budgets and just ask Pam whatever questions that you have so that you can not just get through the holidays without a big hole in your wallet, but also get a plan together so that you can win financially in 2025. Pam, thank you so, so much
Yeah.
for
But
joining
thank you
us.
very much for having me once again.
Absolutely. You'll be back because we did
Uh,
spring, we've done
yep.
winter. We'll have to do a
Yep.
summer because
Yep.
that now that we know that summer is the bridge for winter, we'll
Got
probably
it.
do Christmas in July
Yes.
episode.
Christmas in
Right?
July works.
Yeah, we'll do a Christmas in July. To now that we know that that's when we should be planning
Mhm.
for Christmas. So
Oh,
keep your eyes
definitely.
peeled for that sugar. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pam.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, sugar. See you in the next video.